Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's game of BroLeague. We have another phenomenal game lined up for you tonight. We have ourselves a game between the Super Soakers and the Heart Breachers here. Definitely looking it's looking like a pretty stacked game. Heart Breachers looking to be the second team that locks themselves into the playoffs via the top three, while Super Soakers are still looking to claw their way back into that top three and lock themselves in because they don't got a whole lot of time left to do it. Their Heart Preachers set at 6 points. If they win this game in regulation, they are going to playoff. Super Soakers need to win this game to stay in contention, and if they don't, well, then they're long gone. But I've talked too much about storylines. Let's go ahead and meet the teams here, starting with the Super Soakers. Tonight for Super Soakers, we have the full lineup here of Jay, Midnight, Salt, Norway, and Dynasty. Well, I believe that's correct. I believe
yeah.
This should be right. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Pretty much right.
All right. I do not believe there's any subs. So they do get to play with their full five today. So if there is any and all of a chance for them to stay alive in their quest for the top three, it is now. But I'm gonna kick it over. Oh, I'm sorry. On the desk as well with me tonight is Terry.
Howdy.
I forgot. It took me. I forgot you were here.
Well, I was
honest.
just, hey, first time casting. You seem like you're doing such a good job, buddy. I didn't want to interrupt anything. You had a good flow going on there.
Need help.
But hey, Heart Breachers, huh? Who? I see Mosey subbing in on that team. Who else we got going over there?
Tonight is gonna be Mosey, Wansboro, Price, Polo, Lego.
Look at their stat line. Man, they got some really good stats.
We got some decent players on that
Dude,
lineup.
Lego has a rating of 1.17, 1.3 KD. Tasty.
Definitely a good lineup here.
Oh, yeah. I played a couple matches with St. Price earlier today, actually. I met him today. He's a good guy. Pretty solid player, too.
Paladin and Mythic were unfortunately unable to make it tonight, so they have Mosey and Price in their place here. Let's take a look here at the map bans. We're
not going to look at the map bans. We're just going to jump right in here.
Okay, well, we're not going to look at map. All right, I guess we're not doing map bans. We're going to Oregon.
It's Oregon. It's Oregon. Oh man,
good old-fashioned Oregon game here to settle the score between these two teams. It's definitely looking a lot more like a Heart Breachers game, but anything could happen. I mean, what happened like a couple games ago? I mean, like Danger Platypus 7-0'd like Eosaute, so anything could happen. Hibana coming out as the first ban from Heart Breachers makes sense.
Breachers losing out on Mythic and Paladin, like both those guys are really solid players. Having two subs like that, it's gonna be fun to see how they mesh together for the first time.
Yep. Interesting couple of first bans. Hibana coming out from Heart Breachers makes sense. You want to get rid of another hard breacher, but also makes that basement defense a lot more winnable. It already is incredibly winnable for the defense. I believe that might be one of the most defender-sided sites in the game, so them not having Hibana is still going to be a little bit of pain on their side. Super Soakers, they're finishing up their bans. They've managed to take Doke and Valk off of the board. Again, makes sense. Doke is annoying. Valk is really potent on maps, especially like Oregon with the verticality through the second floor. So
the thing about Doke, it's so much more than just annoyance, because in that, was it last season they done that? Maybe the season before it. But the observers get kicked out when she calls. So it's not just, you get buzz. It's the people that are contributing to the rounds and death. Now they're locked out, It's those camera hacks are nice, and those calls are amazing to get the people from helping their team from the grave.
Definitely one of the best attackers in the game right now. I will give you that. But going into round 1, we have very interesting defensive lineup. That's going to be stuck. Everything else kind of seeming like fairly normal, like stuff that we would see. We got Zami, Wamai, Malusi. Interesting picks brought out are the Castle and the Tachanka. I love that.
I'm trying to utilize that 2x on that Chanka he got in this midseason update.
I mean, you got a good gun with the 2x. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I would probably just.
Well, see how
run
they're
the
doing that
1.5.
half wall right there in attic? I mean, if I was that Chanka, I'd take that 2x, play deep by that crate, cut off that master door, and you got the flame too. Shoot that stuff into the trophy. Man, it's hard to tell what he'll do with it, but if I had to play Chanka, that's
No,
that.
he just went out running the 1.5.
What? Come on, man. Get that 2x in there.
1.5 is fine. Best sight in the game.
It's good for all situations.
Not a whole lot of deviation being brought by the attackers. They brought out the Maverick on Jay to deal with that.
He's going to solo push that tower, huh?
No, I believe Salt. Yeah, Salt's running it out. He's going to be with him as well. Going to try to take that attic control. They're going to see that there's not a whole lot of roam, not a whole lot of stragglers around this rear stage area, and so they're going to be able to take that control fairly quickly and get some early, hopefully get an early pick on the person playing inside of pit. Toxic below. He's going to try to get any denial off of the wall, specifically that trophy wall. There is none there though. So it's, in reality, it's just really an ash charge to confirm something that wasn't already there. He's gonna get stalled by the flames from that Tachanka.
He has so many rounds in that Shaminka launcher too. He can do that for a while.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't play aggro off of just like waiting for that fire to dissipate, like they could realistically be stuck there for a while. I get you can do the same thing with Goyo, and arguably easier of a time you would have it with Goyo, but it's like we might have an opening engagement going in here soon, but no, Dynasty's going to dip away. Could have taken the fight with either Mosey or Lego inside of Armory and Trophy, respectively, but that's not going to be for not. Toxic feeling the burn, and Dynasty will get taken out from below from Price. Great opening
Worried for that Chanka's safety, though. They're Maverick in that attic. There's no one playing tarps right there. They got that soft wall opened up. They take that. He's going to get shot in the back. Yeah, that's going to come up.
It could be the death knell here for the Tachanka of Lego, but the zombie is there to back.
Oh, he's getting
up.
Flamed down.
Jay's also lit up as well. Oh, this could spell disaster, and Polo from Kids will secure it. Now they're running out of time, and they're running out of manpower. Jay, though, manages to find one back. Lego falls. The Tachanka will not pester anyone anymore. Mosey gone undroned by midnight here. That's an easy pick. Polo elsewhere will drop Jay. Diffuser dropped, and now it's just Toxic to make something happen here. Manages to find the first on the Mosey, but he's got 30 seconds left and no kit. This is going to be a difficult situation for him to clutch, if at all. And I would go ahead and say this round is as good as done.
20 seconds left. What's this guy going to do?
He could pull something out of his ass. You don't know.
Hey, I've seen a couple keisters. I don't know if this is going to be one of them.
Yeah, but there it is.
There
Price manages to shut it out. Decisive first round from the defense.
That Tachanka was really influential, getting some flames up on... He done some damage with that. That master balcony and in tarps. I was really surprised that they didn't just smack him out as soon as they took attic.
And now the attacks might look even more kind of strenuous, because now we're going to... I believe it is the most defender-sided site in the game. It's basement on Oregon, laundry supply. And again, not a whole lot of standard deviation. You got your standard lineup. Could see a Tachanka again, but no. We're going to bring out the more standard Smoke and Jaeger setup for elbow.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
See, what are we doing here?
Got anything wacky and zany for us, Heart Breachers?
I see like a pretty standard basement hold there.
Looks like it.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I suppose. I despise attacking the site. Maybe that's just because I'm bad at the game. But like it's just a really rough site to attack because the only amount of vertical that you can play onto the basement is the 3 bustable hatches. One doesn't even do a whole lot. I mean, you can, like, if they have laundry barricaded, yeah, you can shoot that from the hatch, and they won't know if you're just walking down laundry anymore until you swing it out. But still, that is, ooh, they've opted not to. Is that an oversight? That could be a fairly massive oversight, as E-box hatch is not reinforced. Could be for Polo playing up above inside of kids. This is actually a fairly deep roam for the castle. This could prove interesting here. Ooh. Toxic wants to take that opening engagement against Polo, but he knows that the Ash wants to push him out. He knows that the drone is on him. He's got Lego there to assist, and it's going to be a lot more difficult for Toxic to find this opening frag. I don't think he has this. I don't think he has the wherewithal on Price. Watching Zulu could be an easy pick for him. Sprays. Oh no, misses his shot. Will take a little bit of damage off of Toxic, but that will relatively be it. Unless he decides to do the bizarre thing and just swing back out. But no, he will be taking out elsewhere. Midnight picking up that kill. The Soakers actually have the opening pick here and make that too, actually. Dynasty elsewhere finds Lego, and that's pretty much the roam presence from this team gone. Dynasty swings onto another. There's Polo, the roam completely gone. All of this control they now have, and now Heartbreachers have to play this incredibly close to the chest because it's a 5v2. They still have a lot of utility left in pocket. Wansboro still has all 3 Toxic Babes, and they do have some time to rotate out utility to make this hold a lot more defendable, but it's looking relatively dire for the side of Heart Breachers going into the final minute.
The only thing I see really risky there is they got the Hibana solo pushing barrels right there with the case.
Cool. Bro taking a little bit of damage. Could be finished off by the fire. They know that he is pinned inside of this little laundry cubby. Toxic looks to swing in, try to find Mosey. Ooh, just barely misses him. Could have had that frag here. And Wansboro swings out, finds one before he's dropped. Takes out Jay, but Midnight has the trade. 30 seconds left, and they have to go for this diffuser plant. But Mosey is still in a decently good cutoff position. He's not going to opt not to swing out. Midnight getting the diffuser down is looking like Super Soakers are going to have a responsive round here. Toxic holding the angle, waiting for Mosey to push through the wall, manages to find an easy pick. And now the scoreboard is tied.
Pretty good flawless round right there. Really worked together, played it close on that roam clear. All the trades were there if they needed it. Didn't need it though. 5v2. It's like a, minute and a half left?
Yeah, they had plenty of time to work with. They managed to clear out the roam. It was pretty done and dusted.
See how they adjusted that though. I wonder if they're just going to turtle up more on site. They got the mirror pit coming out.
We do. That wasn't
only had 2 on site last time, you know?
Unless they do something crazy with this Mira, I don't see it coming into play a whole lot because their main downfall was they lost 3 players on the roam. There wasn't a whole lot that was going on the site. They were managed to have as much time as possible to push that site. So I don't know if going for hard bunker. I don't know if going hard bunker is the play. Maybe they just don't want to deal with the roam clear that's being set up, and I think Soakers are seeing this being brought out. They're swapping to a more kind of bunker buster hold. They got the Thatcher being brought out from Jay. So it could end up working out for them. I guess we'll
you know
just
how
have
you were
to
saying
wait and see.
earlier, it's like the vertical pressure attacking this site is almost non-existent. So I think if you're going to turtle up on one, basement's not a bad one to turtle up on.
Fair. I mean, yeah, you can't really get a whole lot of vertical pressure here. There's like 2 hatches that give you some that's realistically it. You got the freezer hatch and you have the meeting hatch. The meeting hatch allows your players to be safe while they're playing at E-boxes. I'm gonna shut up because Lego's taking a lot of heat here. Manages to get away with 1. That's a steal, but Dynasty, make sure that it's an even transaction. Price to fall. That's gonna be the Womagon. The discs will remain in play though. Midnight to try and cut off Lego's rotation through the rear stage area, and now it's just a matter of going on the hunt for the Mira.
They did turtle a bit more, though. They got 3 people on site instead of 2. Did that kill come out on site of the Wamai?
I'm not sure, actually. No, it came from the top of freezer.
Ah.
Oh, no. Lego
There
getting
you
away
go.
with another freebie.
There you
That's
go.
your Capital gone. This Lego is just causing mayhem up here.
The roaming mirror. Who could have called it?
Yeah. Not me, that's for sure.
Dude, right?
He wants another pick here. Dynasty kind of worry that he might be still around that meeting area. Finally
Dude,
droned out.
Go home, Miri. You got 2. You wasted a minute and a half. There you go. That's good. That's a good roam for a 3 armor, buddy.
Yep. And now that's really good from the side of Soakers on the roam. The only hard breach they had was the 2 can openers on the Capital. So they can't get all of those hatches that they wanted open anymore. And they did bring the Cade, but they also brought the Thatcher to counter it. So the very limited amount of vertical you can clear, like if they wanted to rotate over the bunker, the player in E-box is still going to feel safe. The players inside a freezer, should they want to play there, are going to feel safe. So it's going to be a relatively tough task, and I imagine they're just going to have to try and flood in through laundry here.
That's what it looks like. It looks like they're going to do a little bit of split. 1 freezer, 2 laundry. I mean, they don't have any other options, like you were saying. When that Capital went down, they lost the can openers. I mean, Thatcher doesn't really have a whole lot of utility purpose now. I mean, it's not like there was even traps to clear out.
There definitely is. You could use it to maybe deny a C4, but that's kind of a...
that's what he needed,
thing.
though.
Oh.
That 4-2.
Although also almost going out with a bang after taking out Salt. And, ooh, looks to take another fight.
Oh, he's in, though. He's in.
Dynasty's managed to creep his way in, though.
Push down the hall. Oh, this could be bad.
Could be bad if it goes unspotted, and he will. Polo finds 1. Lego with another. Close it out.
Lego got to triple that round, buddy.
There's going to be a team effort from both Lego and Polo to close it out and finally win a basement defense as they take the lead once more.
Love to see it. Roman Mirror picks up a double, wastes a minute and a half, goes back to site, gets a 3rd, puts some icing on the cake. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Yeah, that was bizarre, just to say the least. But they got it done, so you can't really fault them too much.
That there it is. There's the ace. I was like, man, they're not bringing any hard breach. They brought a Capital with some can openers, and I guess that's what the Thatcher was supposed to do with him. But now they're bringing the ace. So,
I mean, they're going back upstairs. You kind of need it.
You know what? That's why you're a better caster. No Tachanka pick this time. I was liking those Tachanka plays.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for it again, or something like a Goyo to be brought up, but no. Lego swapped onto the mute. Might play inside the closet here, possibly. Please, I beg of you, play inside the closet. It's fun.
What else did they do to Tachanka this season? They done more than just give him a 2x. They changed his gadget up a little bit.
They adjusted the way that the launcher works. I believe they gave him more overall, but less in his magazine, if I remember correctly.
Is there anything with like the radius or something like that?
I don't think so. I think the burn time did get adjusted a little bit. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I don't think it's that big of a... I don't think that gives him as much appeal as an alternative to something like a Smoke or a Goyo, because Smoke's things are active just like Tachanka, but Tachanka has to bring out an entire new gun in order to use all that area denial, which leaves him vulnerable, and, well, Lego's also left vulnerable.
Man, that 3K had Lego feeling unstoppable. Got
not gonna-
real aggressive on that bed.
No more 3Ks for you. No,
Lucy, come on, hit that drone at your feet.
it doesn't see it. Ooh. Mosey wanted a one tap. It's not gonna happen though.
Going for it.
Swings wide. Now there's an exchange going elsewhere. Jay manages to find Price. I believe that's on that white stair position. That's gonna be another big pick. This is gonna give pretty good man advantage here to the side of Heart Breachers on this attack. And this is the most dangerous man advantage to have, but it's gonna get even more in their favor as Dynasty finds Mosey elsewhere. This is just a drubbing so far on the attack. Just
Hardly
Polo
any
and
damage
Wandsboro
done, just
left.
to the Thatcher.
Oh, just barely swings out. See the does not see the leg. Toxic managed to take up Polo. Now it's Wandsboro in a 1v5. Surely not. Managed to have a whole lot of time. Looks away, gets timing, but does find the pick onto Midnight. So at least it will not be flawless, but you have the Maverick creep in about.
Picked up a
and
2. Picked up a
managed to
2.
find 2. This is a lot more doable. This is a 1v3. There's a minute left. Toxic's on the hunt. He wants this. Lights him up with the soft wall and the rotate. Wants to close it out here.
Just
but they're all
trapped
holding
back
it.
there.
He's trapped. He's
Why's
gonna
that-
have
there's
to.
that
He's
plant.
gonna have
There
to
it
come
is.
down to bare knuckle brawling. Falls through. Will not find the planter. Jay gets off. Shoots him in the face. That's gonna be a second attacking round from the side of Heart Breachers.
Coming in 2-2. This is gonna be a fun match. They're really trading blows out here. And both both wins for both teams, the round wins, it hasn't been like coming down like 2v2s or 1v1s. Like they either swept or get swept.
Just kind of feel like that, doesn't it? But I do feel, I have a feeling this is gonna go to overtime. I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling I got.
I'm in the mood for a barn burner, bud.
I am, especially with something that is potentially that could potentially set the stage for another playoffs lock-in.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So much. What I like about Goyo is you got Nitro. What I like about Tachanka is you don't have to like expose yourself to either shoot the canister or like smoke and throw it out. I'm not good with Tachanka, but when you lay out all you can do on paper, it seems like there's someone out there that's got to be a good Tachanka player.
Well, I mean, Goyo is fun, but Tachanka is based.
I mean, he is the lord of Siege, so
5 seconds left.
surely there's some guy out there just playing ranked every day that's learning all the angles and bounds, and he's just like a professional pool ball player. Just
That's
out here playing
probably
billiards
Hobbs.
every day.
It's most likely
definitely
Hobbs. You know.
Yeah,
this.
you're right. It's Hobbs. It's Hobbs.
I see you, buddy, jumping out of red as Tachanka on Cafe. Gonna opt to go for the
There you
top
go.
floor again, which you kind of got beaten pretty damn hard on the last top floor defense. It only came down to a 1v3 because of the shots that Wands had. This is baffling to me at least, why they would not either rotate back to the bottom. But you know, they're proving me wrong. They're putting my words back in my mouth. Mosey finds the opening pick
Hard
on
breach
Midnight.
gone.
Already doing incredibly well. They still have Toxic on the Maverick, but he's going to be working over towards the attic side. So as far as I'm aware, I believe the breach still got made on the wall. Yes, it did. There is still an open hole. Nothing you can really do about that. No impacts in the area. In fact, no impacts at all. So you know, you managed to take a gun off the board. Whatever hard breach is left, they can't get that pit position opened anymore unless they rotate the Maverick in. But they can't anymore. Lego with the Lego with the C4 through the floor. Great read onto the Maverick. And now Super Soaker's on the back foot as I was trying to say in the last round. This is the most dangerous man advantage to be at because if Super Soakers lose one more, it's looking like a lockout for Heart Breachers on the defense. But if well, there it is.
Split.
Price managed to find Salt, and now it's looking like Heart Breachers might have 3 here. At the very minimum, Jay sneaking by Price. wisely.
Is he
not
just gonna
shooting
walk
any
in?
of that
Is he just
utility.
gonna walk in? No, that
No
bed's
way,
gonna
he
get
just
him.
walks
That is
in.
gonna-
Yeah, no way.
Oh, no,
Oh,
he got
Mosey
one.
caught lacking, and so
got
is
two.
Wansboro. Jay swings out before he finally
Oh, there it
traded out by
goes.
Price, and now it's a 1v3 in the other direction. Dynasty left all on an island. Did all to do. 45 seconds left. Shoots through. Ooh.
Well, you still
through the
got
door,
that
managed
nitro.
to
You might
light
rip it
up
through that
Bolo.
wall.
Definitely could. There it goes, and
Yep.
that's going to be
Yes,
it.
there it
Heart,
goes.
Heart Preachers up 3-2. Last round and a half. Can they make it a winning half for them? Or will the Super Soakers even it up?
Just trading punches out here. Sometimes you're the hammer. Sometimes you're the nail. They're living both sides of this thing. I love good back-to-backs like this. It was 5-2 up until like that guy walked into the site.
I think the second half is mainly going to be decided by whether whether Heart Breachers manage to pull through on their attacks, because Oregon's inherently defender sided. It always has been, as far as I've played the game. So it all depends on how they manage to line up their attacks, because if they can't string an attack together, then it could look like the streak could be broken from Super Soakers going into the final half. But I guess we're just gonna have to see.
Yeah, I definitely think if Heartbreachers want to win, they got to get more points than the other team.
Definitely seems so. If Super Soakers really want the 3-3 half to going into this defensive side, but Hard Preachers, they're going to want to rack up as many of these rounds as they can to start off their attacks, because again, Oregon inherently defender sided, so if you start defense, the main goal you want is to rack up as many rounds as you can on defense so that your attacks go a lot more smoothly and you have a lot more of a buffer going into that side swap. If you're on the attacking side, you want at the minimum an even half. Like, even if you're down 4-2, you could still snag some defending rounds back to either gain the lead or tie. So I think a lot of what happens in this next round is going to be dependent on whether Heart Breachers have a good offense and how this round goes.
Just still so early. They're just filling each other out, seeing some adaptability coming out. I really think that's what's going to tie it up. I mean, attacker sided, defender sided. I have a hard time buying a whole lot into it. To me, it's just who can make the adjustments, who's making the read.
Lego might get the read here, flanking in from
Capital
kitchen
stayed up, use that
side.
can opener on the wall though.
Impact comes out, alerts the members of Soakers to his position, but he's vacated the area. He's wisely not sticking around. Now he might be able to safely rotate around, but in minute 30, he's already wasted a significant amount of time just knowing that he exists, and that he's on this first floor. Toxic wants to make entry over towards tower to try to find the opening pick. Does not spot Mosey, peeking the head holes onto the stairs. Opening pick once again going the side of Heart Breachers. Lego still uncontested in dining. He could prove a massive factor coming into the final minute, as
that's the making of the late flank.
Yep, Super Soakers really want to get this execute going. And here come the drones, here come the utilities. Salt and Jay are rotating over to bunker to try and make something happen. Dynasty managed to spot at least a few members of the defense here, and they're just gonna drop in. Dynasty aggressively dropping in, but they're met well. As Mosey almost found one through the wall. Sprays a little bit in the midnight, but it's all just crumbling for Super Soakers. Now they're in a 4v2. Jay getting lit up. Side of bunker, 30 seconds left, and now they're left on an island. They have to try to swing and make something happen. Jay with the diffuser in hand needs to make his way into the site, but he's being held by so many angles, and midnight goes down. It's just looking like it's going to be a 4-2 half for Heart Breachers going into their attack.
That Lego roamed with more kills with Mirror than Vigil. which is super surprising. He wasted a lot of time. It was a good roam both times. But man, if you're going to get kills to get it as a 3 armor versus Vigil,
It's interesting to be
surprising.
certain. It's been a
Execute was going out in the site. I thought he was going to go to meeting, play that hatch a little bit. I don't know where he went.
Locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
it's looking really. It's not looking pretty for Super Soakers right now, down to the half, but still, they managed to get 2 attacking rounds. That is still incredibly good on a scoreline, especially when it comes to maps like Oregon, because now all they really need here is just 2 rounds to tie it up, which, you know, on 2 of the most defender-sided sites in the game, should be a relatively easy task. I do want to call to attention a lot, like, I know it doesn't come up a whole lot, like we talk about, you know, every player doing their job with the operators they bring, but I want to call into attention the scoreline, or not the scoreline, the struggling to find the word for it, the stat line.
Scoreboard?
That's the one. Scoreboard, whatever.
Yeah.
Different strokes. Toxic is not having the good game that we kind of expect from him. He's the Jaeger player. He's the entry player. He's kind of that player that you want to be doing well. And I mean, he hasn't been doing horrible. He's been taking a lot of gunfights. He's 3 and 4, but you want him to take those entry engagements and win them. And it's mainly been Jay that's been doing that tonight. And Jay is their flex. He's playing Thatcher. He's playing Gazan. Now, you need players like your roamers, like Toxic, like Salt, to show up, because if they don't, well, then your roam rolls over, and they can just take the initial site for free. And they already got cutoffs established here.
I think they're 1 round away to getting some kills, getting some confidence back in them. When you're good and you know you're good, and you're just having a couple bad rounds, shaking that confidence, it makes all the world of difference. He just needs to get a couple kills. Remember who he is. He'll get in there.
Jay getting a little confident here. Salt ready to meet the advance from Heartbreachers on their. Excuse me. Oh, Polo just light him up. Shoots Salt once.
Narrowly missed it.
Barely. So he'll live to fight another day, which could be
But he had some X-ray vision there.
Could be the thorn in the side of Heartbreachers here, as he will live, and he has the potential.
Toxic's going to get a kill. They're going to put. If they don't clear out Toxic, he's going to get him through the floor.
Well, I don't think they have a drone in meeting. I don't know if they know that he is there. I don't think they have an inkling of an idea that Salt's sticking around. Try and flank.
Salt's got his back.
Hey, here's the air jab on the door, and Toxic lights up
They know he's under now.
Floor. So there's not going to be able to push through as long as he's contesting this position. But Jay contesting elsewhere, managed to find Wandsboro first. That's really good on the side of Super Soakers. They finally have an opening pick. They are not allowing them to breathe as hard as they want in Midnight. Just getting it done even more. Might have another one, but then it gets shot out. One will be all she gets for now. Nade being cooked. Jay finds Price. Nade will get eaten by Lego. Swings out. Nice flick from Midnight onto the catch. That was just all on Polo. Manages to find one, but no more. Toxic still from meeting. Shuts it down. Good initial defense from the side of Super Soakers.
For sure. That was a bad place to be for that Nomad and Maverick and Tower. Staring down the barrel, 45 seconds. You got a guy underneath, really shutting you down from the one way you can walk in the attic from that tiny Maverick hole. I'm surprised they didn't just say, "Hey, we gotta get this guy. We can't push in." I'm surprised they didn't just try to force feed to get that Vigil and Jaeger out of meeting.
Yeah, they didn't manage to clear out meeting at all. Which, granted, it is relatively hard to clear out meeting. Big area, a lot of places you can rat, especially with a Vigil on the board. But still, that is a massive power position to hold, especially. And that is something you know that you have to clear, especially when you know that someone is playing in there. You cannot walk into tower or into attic while you have someone in meeting, because they can just contest you from the hatch. And if you're not ready for it, they can time a double swing by just swinging the hatch and calling for another person to swing pit. And regardless, you're probably going to die either way. So
I think that vigil
huge
static was just
misplay.
giving them a little bit of anxiety to just check it with their forehead. But I would have liked to see like Heart Breachers come together as a team, and instead of having 2 people try to do that roam clear and tower push, just send somebody through split. You know, get some help to those guys, because that roamer is what really just shut all that down.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Well, we'll see if they can remedy their mistakes here going into basement.
That's what this whole game's about, right? You got to make the adjustments.
Yep. 0.
Everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth, right?
Yep.
Plans can only go so far.
Really like the aggressive roam coming out here. It does seem like they're kind of on an island. Salt upstairs, Toxic on that first floor, wants to deny an initial entry here from the side of Heart Breachers. And Polo might have a cutoff for at least one of them. He's managed to work his way inside of Garage. Toxic might have an inkling as to where these players are, and he wants to meet them head on. Ooh, Salt could find the head of one, but doesn't.
He's waiting for him.
He really wants to swing out, but Polo is holding a really important angle here. If they manage to get a pinch onto the tower person, that they can get this vigil out of that spot positionally. But Toxic can't be moved either.
Start waking up, buddy. You got it.
Yep, he's had a phenomenal resurgence at the moment. Managed to take out Price. And ooh, Polo sprays onto Dynasty, but he'll trade out some damage. Lego managed to trade out the man count as well, as he'll take out Salt. That vigil will no longer pester them. We'll be able to ping precisely where these players are. Toxic still ratting inside of Kitchen, though. They don't spot out his footprints from the Jackal
They're
here.
about to. They got it. They got to be able to track him and get him.
I would imagine they would. Yeah, Mosey's.
As soon as that Jackal ping comes out, he's stuck in that corner.
There they go. Swings out, wants to take the
fight
on
the
one, but
there it is.
Just too much for Toxic in that position. Don't really blame him. He was kind of out on an island there. Polo's managed to work
about 2 minutes off, though.
Very aggressive position. Here might get swung on by Midnight, but she's given her position away on the bunker. But oh no, wait, that was Jay. My bad. Jay tries to toss out a Toxic Babe, but he's not gonna be able to. He'll be cut down before he'll be able to throw it out. Now it's a 4v2 for the side of the defense. It's actually, this site has been relatively attacker-sided here. It's a 2v4 favoring attackers, but still, Polo is at 1 HP, so you could still realistically bring this back, and there you go. Polo managed to find one. The creep down from Lego, spotted out by Dynasty. He's not going to be able to get anything. C4 will get tossed out, but it's not going to land. Now he's getting spam pinged, but 15 seconds left. Now they have to make a push happen. Lego managed to find one in Dynasty. Just Midnight left. She's the only one that can deny anything here. C4 comes out, manages to find the first pickup. Holo will get picked up as well. Mosey has to swing out, but the double swing is just too strong. Heart Breachers answers back from that defensive round with another tied game.
These guys are just standing in the middle and punching each other in the faces. Just rounds getting traded back and forth. I love it.
This is Rocky versus Creed right here.
Dude, it is a good match. I mean, I'd like to see it go in overtime.
This is Mayweather McGregor here. I don't know. I don't watch MMA.
Thinking more like a old pride fight with like Don Fry. Can't remember that massive guy, but they like just lock arms, start punching each other in the corner.
Yeah, I don't watch MMA, so I'm not in a position to make MMA analogies.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
See what they do to adjust this.
I mean,
same lineup.
I mean, it seemed relatively winnable. I just think that Toxic overstayed his welcome, and they just lost a lot of gunfights on site. But
I'd agree to that. You know, he got a minute and a half off the clock, and then he just like stayed at dry box. And there's a Jackal on the board. You know, you can't get stagnant in somewhere where you're stuck, to where they're gonna like just hit you from 2 different spots like that.
Yeah,
but the man's good. He knows what he's doing.
You should. He's kind of waking up.
I'd like to-
Salt's still having a rough one.
Everybody's got them games, man.
Yeah, everyone's got them games. 1 in
You know.
6 currently.
Hey, sometimes you're the hammer,
The
sometimes
wrong.
you're the nail. Individual performances only go so far, right? You win and lose as a team. Everybody's got a role to play.
Toxic getting aggressive over towards Trophy. He's got Salt to watch his back. Drone's going to come in, spot him out. He's not going to be able to get a cheeky peek onto the side.
Now he's
Arc
trapped in
Breachers
armor,
to get
though.
the opening.
They get that
Now,
jackal pink on him.
Salt sprays through the wall, gives his position away, tries to get an initial pick here, swings out, does not get the shot into the buck. Oh, that sucks. That's unfortunate.
That's rough, buddy.
Salt's still not gonna have too much of a hot game here. Toxic still tucked inside, I believe that's classroom. Hopefully, he's kind of hoping that no one really notices him, but seems a price knows. Tries to jump out, get the knife into the
That's a
clone,
little damage
but
on that swing.
little damage.
That's
Mosey, Rome been cleared out significantly here. Well, entirely, not significantly. Now they have a lot of time to play with. They can manage to get these hatches open, but can't really do a whole lot with that meeting hatch, as it is Cade Clawed. They do not have any EMPs on the board, so it's going to be closed for the rest of the round, most likely. So they're going to
Jay's going to learn from the last round. He's going to stop that Zero from that laundry push. He's not going to let Zero walk in like that.
Might not matter, as the players inside of Freezer might have his number. His days might be limited. Wants to swing out onto the laundry player, get those toxic.
Definitely
days.
aware of it.
Definitely
He's
aware.
coming out.
In come the nades. Will those catch anyone? Not sure. C4 will
Ooh,
come out.
Nitro.
Catch one. Oh, Price with the wall bang. Managed to find one before Midnight trades it back. Lego to fall. Now 30 seconds left, and they're stuck in a really bad position. Midnight managed to find another one, as Wansboro is another one yet to fall. And Jay, again, springing to life.
Two.
Now
Oh,
it's just a 2v2. Could find another, but no. Midnight will be downed. Now just all on Jay to try and close this out. But Price swings out, finds 2 more. That's going to push Heartbreachers to match point.
I'd like to really see Super Soakers rally up here.
Still have attack time out in pocket. It might be a little too late to use it, in my opinion. I mean, I imagine if you were going to use it, you would probably use it at the half or when they were at 3-2 to get to rebound, hopefully, and get that third round going into that half.
You watch that exchange with Vigil and Buck, and you know how good he is. You know how good the Vigil is. You can't help but to think that, man, there's just some like, are you in your own head right now? You maybe take a second to kind of take a breath, get your confidence back. You know, everybody here knows you're good. You just got to remind yourself that.
Definitely could be a moment to kind of, prepare the troops and rattle the sabers there, but they're going to opt not to take it. Instead, they're going to risk it all going back upstairs. Granted, this was the one defensive site that they won. Was kids and dorms. Both attempts to defend the basement were a failure.
But we were talking about how strong basement was, and then it's like, man, I guess they just got the formula and attacking that.
Yeah, they're shutting me up tonight. That's for sure.
5 seconds left.
BroLeague is such a unique place, though.
Attacker's objective is to locate.
You get to see some stuff you wouldn't see in BroLeague.
Yep. Get to see some wacky zany things.
Right, and it's just like that stat line of basement. That's 100% true. It is a hard site to attack. But
no.
There you go, Toxic.
You can't be caught lacking like that, man. You gotta drone these things. Almost finds a second on the Lego.
Come on, buddy.
Now the room clear is fully underway. They know both of these players are trapped inside of meeting, and now they really want to start clearing some of these members out. Mosey rotating over, wants to get some of those nades over and trying to clear some of these members, but I would like to point out there's not a hard breacher on the board, and that's gonna, this attack's gonna go from sour to worse as Dynasty managed to find a second.
They're not learning from that last time they attacked here. They're holding that meeting down.
2 more members of Heart Breachers lit up on the attack, which means that it could
just a sliver.
They are just a breath away from death's door. Wands wants to swing onto Toxic. Might go.
Must be a 5-2 split right here.
Oh,
there it is.
It's the Attic player that gets it done. Now Lego and Mosey are the only 2 players left with it all to do. Diffuser is surrendered inside of Split. There's not a whole lot they can do right now. Swings out, and Dynasty might find one to Lego, and he'll find another to close it out.
I'm ready for this kill cam. Look, the one that's alive. Stop! Gets the guy. Oh my god. Oh, you love to see it. Love to see it, dude. What a sick reaction from Alibi right there.
Well, to be the devil's advocate for Heart Breachers, they did set it up where, in theory, they would be able to clear out the Alibi. You had the Sledge playing to watch the split angle. You had the Buck opening up the hole. Realistically, the Alibi should not have gotten away there, but they're just too good.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's hard to beat Alibi in a gunfight. That storm, especially if they're running extended. I wasn't really paying attention on the attachments, but that thing is just the body time to kill and headshot time to kill.
It fries.
Very close. I mean, it's just nuts. So, and the time it takes for Buck to switch from the skeleton key back to its carbine, Alibi can just flick over, spray that laser beam at you, and melt you.
Risky here, so going back to the basement.
That's what I wanted to see from that defense. Bring that mirror back. Yep. That was the only time they won it, was when they brought that mirror. And they stopped the Roman so heavy.
Don't think they won. I think you're talking about that first half, my friend.
Oh, shoot. See, This is why you're the better caster. See? Yep. Greenhorn just coming out here, saying dumb stuff.
The mirror could prove valuable here. They're not running a Cade, so the can openers of Mosey will be able to open up the hatches here. So you still got this extended roam. You do have Dynasty to support Toxic here. He's once again playing over towards Dining, wants to get aggressive, maybe get an opening pick. He's got Dynasty to support him instead of Salt. I believe they kind of recognized that Salt probably wasn't going to do too well on that entry there, and instead of sending him back up on the Vigil again, they opted to put him on the Mira, which makes sense, and is something that happens a lot that we see in these types of games. Is that you have a player that isn't fragging too hot?
Well, you just throw him taken down though.
Oh, there you go. Already proving to be so much better on this roam as they managed to get an opening pick. Lego will manage to find one.
Get the trade. Get the trade.
He dips away. That's wow. Wants to go back up for more though. Will get spotted out. Just managed to shoot out the cam. Flashbangs ring out. He really wants to take the engagement with the Alibi, but.
Dynasty is on a burner right now. He is heating up.
Yeah, he managed to take out the Buck. That's actually a pretty good pick here. And they managed to take out the Lion as well. So there's no impact EMPs being brought either. So those well, there is no Cades on the hatches, so it's not going to matter. But, you still might want those for something.
Very winnable for the Super Soakers.
For
the utility of attack versus the utility on the defense. You still got the smoke. You still got the mirror up. And who's on attack that can really deal with that? You got the 2 nades up for Ayana there. She can Chef Gordon Ramsay cook one of them things, right? It can make a difference, but that utility is big in favor for defense right now.
Mosey still has all of his Capital bolts left in pocket. So that could come in as a massive factor to maybe smoke off the mirrors or burn out the players behind them. It looks like they're going to rotate over towards the freezer side to try and make this execute happen, but it definitely seems like it's going to be a rough one. 45 seconds. They're
trying to figure it out too.
I think they're going to Yep, they're gonna juggle players. Mosey opting to go down Andre here with Price.
Mirror's cracked though. Oh, there's the nade.
There's the nade. Did it get? I don't think I got caught by an ADS.
think
The
ADS
shield is
got
gonna
him.
fall. Oh no, Jason's out with the toxic
Ooh.
babe in hand. Wansboro managed to find Salt though. So that,
This is close, buddy.
come down to bare knuckle brawling here. Jay managed to spray through the wall. Price
Oh, he
swings
got out of
in,
there.
manages to get out. Mosey's gonna start that plan attempt. Is gonna be Price to cover. Oh, just barely. No, just stop it. There it goes. Plant goes down, and Mosey will go down with it. Captain going down with the ship. Now it's just a 2v2 here. Jay swings out to Wansboro, but he loses the duel. It's looking all like it's just gonna be Hard Breachers closing it out. Midnight too scared to swing. As the cross is being held effectively well, opting to rotate over, where the freezer player can most likely easily pick her off.
Coming up right there.
Tries to swing out. Ooh, nice
Oh my
shot
goodness,
though.
Come on.
Has to swing out onto the laundry player.
Win this.
3 seconds, but there's no time.
Wow.
Has to stick it here. It's gonna be close, but Price swings it out and ends it. Really good, decisive win from the side of Heart Breachers as they take it 7-4 here on Oregon.
Man, I feel so bad for the mute right there. He was planting right underneath his nose, and you could tell the nerves just hadn't been shaking. He was shaking like a leaf right there.
Woo. Rather.
Moment doesn't get any bigger than that.
Yeah, I mean, if he could have stopped that plant right there, that'd have been all the world difference. And well, and he knew it too, you know. So all those nerves come, pal. And we've all been there.
Did come back with a nice shot on the freezer player though.
Right?
Unfortunately,
Dude, that was sick.
I mean,
was done in by the clock, unfortunately.
Yeah. Unlucky.
That's going to be it from us on the B stream tonight, but I believe as of the time, the main stream is still up, and that's going to be Hobbs Little Smokies versus the Booty Bandits over on the A stream.
S-tier names by both teams there.
I believe that is still up currently, so we are going to be done, but they are still playing some Siege over on the main stream. So if you want some more BroLeague action, I'd recommend going over there. Also, make sure you check out BroLeague on Twitter at BroLeague_. So if you're on that platform, they will let you know when streams are live, as well as go out and check out the sponsors and partners of BroLeague, that being Rogue Energy and Epic Water Filters. As well, really helps out the brand here. But I believe that is going to be it from us. I'm Rock and Roll. I'm joined by Terry on the desk tonight. Hard Preachers winning over Super Soakers 7-4. We'll see you next time.